Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating tech player, One-Stop Systems, or OSS, to figure out if it's actually a viable long-term investment. We're going to look at the massive fundamental tailwinds pushing this company forward, and then pit those against the cold, hard reality of its current valuation. It's going to be a good one. We have to start with this high-stakes mantra directly from the U.S. Department of Defense. Speed wins. That right there sets the stage for this entire industry. You see, modern warfare and autonomous systems are generating so much data right now that sending it all back to a centralized cloud for processing, it's just too slow. The DoD is flat out demanding that advanced computing move directly to the battlefield edge. So here's our roadmap for making sense of this. We'll hit the business of Edge AI, market trends, management and financials, analyzing intrinsic value, and we'll wrap up with Elliott Wave price action. Okay, Section 1, the business of Edge AI, bringing supercomputers to the battlefield. Now, right off the bat, it's important to know OSS doesn't actually design the microchips or write the core AI algorithms. Their specific, highly profitable niche is ruggedized edge computing. They take standard, commercial, off-the-shelf data center components, think massive GPUs and blazing fast storage, and they engineer the absolute heck out of them. We're talking custom packaging designed to survive extreme shock, heavy vibration, wild temperatures, even corrosive salt spray. This way, that raw data center power can be bolted directly into aircraft, ships, and military vehicles. And their ability to do this reliably brings us to a massive number, $65 million. That's the cumulative contract revenue OSS has secured just on the P-8A Poseidon anti-submarine aircraft alone. And get this, more than $23 million of that was added since just the beginning of 2025. Which perfectly illustrates why defense contracts provide such a deep protective moat. Look, sales cycles in the defense sector are notoriously brutal, often measured in years. But once a company like OSS is designed into a platform and actually clears those incredibly strict environmental certifications, the switching costs are astronomical. Plus, they're sitting on an archive of over 600 proprietary designs that competitors just can't easily replicate on a whim. Basically, once you're in the supply chain, you are incredibly hard to replace. Moving right along to Section 2, market trends and catalysts, we're talking massive tailwinds in AI and defense here. We're seeing a massive structural shift happening across the board. First, defense modernization means the DoD is aggressively pushing rapid AI adoption. Second, there's this explosion of autonomous systems out there, unmanned surface vessels, self-driving trucks, and they absolutely require real-time processing without waiting on cloud backhaul. And third, OSS is perfectly positioned technologically. By embracing open architectures, they keep pace with the crazy fast iteration cycles of commercial chip makers. Basically, AI is moving from being just a simple endpoint to the actual core of continuous autonomous decision-making out on the edge. Section 3, management and financial health. This is a classic amputate to survive pivot. The turnaround here is seriously stark. Pre-2025, OSS was being completely dragged down by this low-margin European subsidiary called Bressner. It was causing volatile income and pretty mediocre returns on invested capital. But then, management made the tough but necessary call. They sold off Bressner a year ahead of schedule for $22.4 million in cash. Now, post-2025, they are laser-focused on their high-margin core business, and wow, is it paying off. Gross margins actually hit a record 58.5% in the fourth quarter. And that pivot totally fortified their financials, leaving them with what is essentially a bulletproof balance sheet. They're currently sitting on roughly $31 to $33 million in cash reserves, against a tiny $1.5 million in total debt. That gives them a phenomenal current ratio of 9.1x, meaning they have 9 times the liquid cash they need to cover their short-term obligations. Add to that a highly efficient light asset model with just $0.2 million in capital expenditures and totally clean accounting. Honestly, for a small cap company, finding this level of financial health is exceptionally rare. Which brings us to Section 4, analyzing intrinsic value and finding that margin of safety. Okay, here's where things get controversial. While the underlying business is clearly thriving, we have to ask the hard question, is an improving business worth buying at any price? Remember, your margin of safety is that all-important gap between the price you pay today and the actual fundamental value you receive. So we run the numbers. Using a two-stage discounted cash flow model, accounting for revenue growth, expanding operating margins, and a 12% discount rate, the intrinsic value comes out to roughly $5.13 a share. But the current market price is sitting up near $9.71. Yeah, this means the stock is currently trading at a massive 89% premium to its conservatively estimated intrinsic value. The market is basically pricing in absolute perfection right now. Section 5. Elliott Wave Price Action. Bridging long-term value and short-term momentum. So if the fundamental value is around $5, why is the stock trading near 10? Well, take a look at the psychology mapped out here. We've got a complete textbook 5-wave Elliott Wave impulse structure forming on the weekly time frame. This captures that highly optimistic momentum we're seeing. Traders are currently riding a massive wave of confidence. And the technical structure is following the rules beautifully right now. We saw our initial Wave 1 kick off in mid-2024, running from 2 to 650. Then a totally normal 30% retracement for Wave 2. Wave 3 did exactly what it usually does. It was the strongest impulse wave, pushing the price all the way up near $11. Wave 4 gave us a healthy correction down to $8, which puts us right here, right now, currently in Wave 5 with a projected upside target between $15 and $16. And the indicators totally back this up. Crucially, that Wave 4 pullback successfully held above the top of Wave 1, which is exactly what you want to see to keep the bullish structure alive. Plus, the RSI is hovering right around 61. That's a great neutral to bullish zone. It's not overbought yet, so there's plenty of runway for upside. $8 is the hard line for support. But look, as an investor, you can't ignore the risks. Be very aware of a potential Wave 5 truncation, where the momentum just fizzles out before it can even break the high from Wave 3. So, we have to bring these two completely conflicting stories together. Like the old saying goes, investing isn't a beauty contest. It's about weighing value. OSS is absolutely a fantastic company right now. They've got massive defense tailwinds behind them, brilliant management, and a rock-solid balance sheet. But a great company doesn't automatically mean a great price. Which leaves us with a critical question to ponder before you allocate a single dollar of capital. We have this massive divergence. Will the powerful short-term technical momentum win out and carry OSS all the way to that $16 target? Or will the fundamental gravity of its $5.13 intrinsic value eventually take over and pull the price back down to earth? It is the ultimate battle of market psychology versus fundamental reality. Think on that, watch those support levels closely, and thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I'll catch you on the next one.